I think I'll ask you a question.
Okay. Ready?
I am Besma Alawi. I am 32 years old.
My name is Sissy Shepherd. My age is 58.
Hello, guys. My name's Donna. I'm 10 years old.
My name is Harry Reagan, father. I'm 80 years old.
Mom, from your perspective, what made you think Dad was the one?
This is going to sound crass, but the fact was he was not a farmer. And he was sexy.
My name's Andrea Reyes. I am 34 years old.
AJ Anderson. I'm 17 years old.
What's your favorite memory of me?
Ooh, it's hard to pick because there's so many that I like.
Today's date is December the 3rd.
It's December 1st today.
It's November the 30th. This is 2018.
What would be the biggest thing you would want me to change?
Probably your cooking.
We're in Jacksonville, Florida.
And we are in Jacksonville, Florida.
In Memorial Park.
It was fun and exciting to explain the military to you and how it worked.
I am in Jacksonville, Florida with my dearest friend, Aline Marsh.
I'm here with my father and my mother.
Quinn is my grandson.
My relationship to my interview partner is she's my ex-wife.
Today I'm with Andrea, my attorney and friend.
Getting old is no picnic. What you have to deal with now.
Old?
Yeah, yeah.
It's for the birds.
And what would you say to young people?
What would I say to young people?
Yeah.
Treasure every day you have and be glad you can enjoy it. Appreciate it.
I lived a pretty single, transient lifestyle until 2007 when my partner was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was new in the relationship and I had to make a giant decision. Did I want to stay and be the rock for this person or did I want to bail?
And so
I stayed, and that's what carried me to Jacksonville and through the journey of 6 to 7 years.
I met you 5 years ago. We became really good friends, and you became my attorney. How did it feel for you to help me through my immigration journey?
Oh my God, it was terrifying. I was terrified. I was terrified that I would fail, that I would disappoint you, your family. I felt like your whole world was on my shoulders, especially because, you are my friend. Do you remember when we got the good news?
Yes. I remember when the judge was making his decision and you held my hand under the table and I just started crying. I just knew that I couldn't have asked for a better person to be there with me that day.
It was the worst feeling ever. And when she asked me if I was sure I wanted to do it, I hesitated, and I was hoping you would hesitate too, but it was just a closed door. And then when the door opened, we were sitting there across from each other, telling this judge that we didn't want to be married anymore. Leaving there, I didn't know if I wanted to hug you or dap you up, it's like where do we go from here?
Right.
And I knew it wasn't the end, didn't want it to be, but didn't communicate that with you.
And it wasn't like we couldn't communicate, we just didn't. We just literally did not communicate.
I don't want to divorce you again. I don't want to ever have to be without you, and I want you to know that I'm really going to fight to love you the way you deserve to be loved. The way I should have loved you before when you loved me with all your heart and I only gave you a small percentage of it because I was afraid.
Honestly, I wish we had had this conversation a long time ago.
Okay, it's funny. I don't know if I shared that with you before.
Never.
So I was in elementary, 6th grade, graduating to middle school.
Isn't 6th grade middle school?
In Iraq, 6th grade is elementary.
What?
So I was graduating and going to middle school, and the last day before summer break, my dad decided hey, let me give you a haircut. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. And he's like, no, I will make you look really good.
Snip, snip, snip.
And I don't think he know how to cut hair, but I let him. and he did chaos. I didn't look good. And I went back and forth to the mirror trying to fix the way I look. And I went to him and I said, listen, I'm going to wear the hijab. And he was like, no, we don't wear the hijab because you have a bad hair day. You wear the hijab because you really want to do it. This is a really big decision. I know we talked about that like 2 years ago. You said, I really want to wear the hijab. And I told you, no, not yet. You're really young. And this year, I think we talked about that again. And you brought up, I really want to wear it. But what if my classmate will make fun of me, right? And what did I tell you?
Just answer the questions?
Yeah, educate people. The benefit of wearing hijab, I am educating people all the time about where I came from, what is my religion, and why I'm wearing it. So you will wear it when you are ready. You will figure out why and when.
My son was such a happy person. He was so full of love. Keegan was a person that he just did not see evil. No matter what he was going through, he could find a way to make you laugh or smile. The night that Keegan passed, my daughter came to the door and told me to get my clothes on. I already had everything on. She said, Mom, something's happened terrible to Keegan. And when we got to his mother-in-law's, all I could see was my son laying on the ground. He was sitting in his car on date night with his wife, and his neighbor came across the street and approached him, started a confrontation over a piece of paper that had blew in his yard. Keegan wouldn't get out of the car, and he lured him out of the car. Finally, Keegan opened up the car door, and he shot him 3 times, killed him in front of Ellie. They never arrested his neighbor. He did not spend one night in jail. Keegan was 22 years old. He just had so much life left in him. Where is your justice? I mean, you can murder someone because they say stand your ground, and they can come over and start a confrontation and shoot their way out. What helps me stay strong is knowing that there is another justice besides here on earth. God has his justice.
These last couple weeks have been kind of tough on the two of us. What do you do in those moments where you just want to like tear your hair out? Just be like, Mom.
I usually go to my room.
You just kind of get a quiet moment to yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
What advice would you give me in that moment?
Just to leave me alone, let me be.
Yeah, it's hard, you know. I feel so anxious. I just don't know which way it's going to go. And the biggest thing I worry about is that I might do something that would drive you away. Now, I don't know what will happen to this story. Maybe it'll just stay between you and me. But if you knew there was another teenager out there and that mom and that kid were having a really tough time connecting, what advice would you give them?
Just to like stay by each other and just like the more that you stick together and stand by each other, and the faster it'll get better, and the more that you support each other, the closer it'll bring you two together in the end.
Has it been hard for you to stick by me these last couple weeks?
Sometimes, yeah.
What do you tell yourself to kind of get you through that moment where you just want to like run away from your mom?
I usually just listen to music that helps calm me down. Right?
You need the music. It's time to break out the music.
Sometimes, yeah, I play with the dogs.
I loved the Pretenders a lot growing up. And the Pretenders have this great song called I'll Stand By You. In it, she says, take me deep into your darkest hour. Nothing you confess can make me love you less. I will stand by you. I think that is the purest definition of unconditional love. And as hard as it is to commit to that, that's really the only path for getting us through some of our really tough times. I may not agree with all the decisions that you make, and I may not be proud of myself in those moments, but I kind of hope that with each struggle, we come out stronger.
How much do you love me again?
I love you to the moon and back.
Oh, thank you. And I feel the same way.
I got a lot of making up to do for not doing what I should have done when I was younger.
What changed?
My heart.
We'll definitely like come out of this stronger and closer than we were before.
You're my dearest friend in the world.
Me too.
And thank you.